Solitude. Solitude is a technique where you are forced to face yourself. This can be a great asset or a painful torture. The shaman utilizes solitude for its distinctive resource, quiet. In the quiet, there is opportunity to build a more truthful experiential relationship to the self and the surroundings. When communication with other people is minimized, one begins to pick up on the communication efforts of non-human entities and the transmissions from the subconscious. A strength in conscious solitude is to build mental muscle. Refraining from indulging in the fast-paced lifestyle of the world, one becomes trained to recognize and amplify the subtle sensitivities within. In amplifying this, your conscious awareness towards the body, the relationship to isolation can cultivate a deeper relationship with one's spirit. The shaman in seclusion is not lonely. The shaman is a spiritual athlete. Here, tuned into the vibrations and communications of nature, the shaman can thrive. One has to be careful not to lose the self when diving into solitude. It can spawn madness. If you are trapped in your mind without a deep relationship to your inner truth and spirits, you are stuck. The shaman may be a recluse and even insane, but losing touch with ordinary reality as we know it is a sad danger for someone who does not have the tools to hold enough capacity for their own inner world. Our connection to the community, our immediate friends and relationships, are often what drives the average person. Without the recognition and judgment of these other people, the individual might be considered to have no worth. That's why so many of us strive to present ourselves in a certain way to the public. Unconsciously, we may find ourselves programmed to operate and judge ourselves based on the judgments and operations of others. This behavior is hollowing and can render an individual devoid of their individuality. Mass media takes charge of this influential potential and hammers in a sense of loneliness and isolation. This product will fill the hollow void that we created in you. There is an obvious and seemingly inescapable effort from the external world to commit to the external world. Whoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. Friedrich Nietzsche. Strength of solitude might be not considered necessary for a shaman to possess, but the relationship to solitude can build techniques and mindsets invaluable to the shamanic tradition. It can fertilize a maturation and illuminate altered perspectives previously in the dark. Focusing on the inner dimensions gives new potential for a shaman to come to terms with the true nature of what is simply to be present with the self. An example of growth from solitude is the shamanic vision quest. This is a tradition of initiation, where the individual is left only to nature to find spiritual guidance and healing. It may be 3 days in some traditions, or weeks in others. Fasting and mantras are common to help introduce the conscious mind to the profound spaces within. The vision quest is a conscious attempt to distinguish important messages from nature and spirit, and allow revelation and clairvoyance. One who can begin solitude, tame and integrate the confrontation with the inner self, and return from the journey with a deeper understanding has the makings of a shaman. Someone who believes they have reached enlightenment then leaves everything to go and live in a cave on a mountain for the rest of their life is not a shaman. This is a misuse of solitude because the benefits are not shared. A shaman has a calling to help the community grow by being part of it, sharing knowledge and embracing the opportunity we have as people to connect and share together. So solitude here becomes a tool to benefit the world. The Buddha said, Happiness is not having a lot. Happiness is giving a lot.